Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Jump Save on Starters Order 7. It's been interesting, that's for sure. Bought a few horses. Some of them look good, some of them don't. Plumble looks like it's got potential. Doesn't look like it can jump. We're trying to figure this out. 2 mile 4 maiden hurdle. I think that's just not a good race. I think that's just not a good race. Um, and yeah, this is where we are kind of struggling. I think we should be looking at 2 miles, and we should be looking as basics as we can get. So it says we have flat form. Like, I guess we've run, but we don't have any horse history. So I guess we can't run in the National Hunt flat because of that. See, I'm a little. Now, C is for chase, right? And we don't want to do the chase. We don't want to do the chase because there's hurdles, there's chase, as in steeplechase, and then there's something else. Hurdles, chase, and not coming to me. I had something else in mind. Fences, which I don't think are really in this game, but there's like small distinctions between them, and they'll be called by different names. And I'm still learning. I'm still figuring this out. And what I've got here are some notes that I've pulled off the forum, some responses to like what makes a good jumps horse and what doesn't. So good jumping potential, the preference going either good or soft. Manual training game helps to train in the off season. Don't think that really matters because I've got a different schedule, so that should be null and void. That's good. 80% of all chasers fall or unseat at some point. It's just the way Marcus set it up. Jumping will improve as the bar gets older. And yeah, 4-year-old hurdler trial over 2 and 2-1. Cheltenham and Aintree. They don't race further than that usually. Don't have chasing opportunities. And a flat 4-year-old can do hurdles pretty much. Um, yeah. And then trial from 6-year-olds and above, 2, 2.5, and 3 over hurdles. 2 to 5, 3, 3, 2, 3, 5, and 4 over fences. Everything over 7 that is 3 meters plus goes in the Grand National Trials. Interesting. 4-5 races, combined game, flat races, 2 and 3-year-old fences from 4 up. But this schedule, I think, is slightly different because I don't have 2s or 3s really being able to be raced. So that's fine. Yeah, a little bit about some stuff there. Jumping ability isn't that important. Yeah, because it has some big winners without having those bars. It improves 4-year-old in flats, 5-year-old novice hurdles, 6-year-old novice chases, 7-year-old grade 1 hurdles, 8-year-old grade 1 chases, and that's when they peak. And yeah, juveniles are 3 or 4s, don't run at 5s, and this is grade, someone who I I like the way they explain things. I think there's a lot of knowledge. So don't run a 5. Novice chasing towards the end of their 5-year-old season, and then they can figure out if they're good chaser or not at the beginning of their 6-year-old season. If they aren't, then they'll hurdle at 6 and 7. And then by the age of 7, you should see kind of what they're about and should be winning big races. Your Supreme 5-year-old winner, so I guess your best 5-year-old should then go novice chasing. And yeah, don't worry about not winning a big race until you're 7, because that's the way that is set up. So there's a lot of information there for me. There's a lot of information. And so it's the bit that I would like to keep in mind. Yeah, so run the flat, then novices, hurdles to chase, and then grades, hurdles to chase. So this should be basically a novice racer. They're all chases. Okay, well, if they're all chases, they're all chases. That's what it is. Not really going to worry about it. Yeah, okay. So this is a flat race, yeah. So that's running a flat one. And this is then a maiden hurdle, which I think is about right. I'm not sure on distance. That'll be my issue there. I'm really not sure on that distance. And then we got a 4 furlong handicap that it was just put in on its own. That ain't anything to do with us. So I feel like I understand bare bones. At least what I'm doing in terms of being able to book races. Judging horses and distances is a little bit different, but at least now I know the pathway if it's going to be flat to maiden, juvenile hurdle, juvenile chase, graded hurdle, graded chase. That's my progression. Instead of maiden, allowance, grade 3, grade 2, grade 1, we've got a little bit more to it because we've got more time to eat up as well. So there's a few more steps that we can fit in along the way. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Where are we going to? Yeah. Toaster? Toastester? I've never heard of that place before, so it's like I know a lot of places would be toaster, but like now I'm just thinking about putting 2 slices of bread in the toaster, and it just doesn't feel right to me. So I want to say toastester, which goes against all the other places that have the cester in it. Yeah, perhaps it is toaster. Who knows? Oh my god, what a relaxed field. Everybody but us and Town Hill, sorry, Town Hall are laid back and okay. But the top weight, everyone else is 4, apart from Sassy Beret. Don't know at all. No idea. It's a maiden. It's 2-6. Can we run 2-6? I don't know. We got some stamina bar. Let's flip the camera. And we're going to speed up the beginning. We're coming downhill. And we are at the rear of the pack. Cupid Miss out in front. Town Hall just up there. We're going to come alongside them. And Sassy Brain and Little Susie. Tools Folly just trying to keep in, and Simula at the rear. We've got a long way to go as we come back up the hill. That's one thing here. Nice little jump there. Yeah, one thing about this is that we really are on an undulating course. We take the lead now. That's quite nice to see. So yeah, it goes up and down, it slopes, it rolls. It's kind of weird when you're used to watching like flat American tracks to then watch British racing, and yeah, we live with the topography that we're given. We don't grade the ground and kind of like change things. We leave it natural, let them run on natural ground. And it's its own challenge for a jockey and a horse, and it really is kind of different, you know. It really is. Now, if it was a 2 miler, it'd probably be like falling off by now. We're inside the final mile, coming up to the final half mile. It's a decent enough jump. We're just gonna surge back on Cupid Miss. We're just basically stalking them. Here comes the pack, and we are not really going with them. 2.5 from home. We're still kind of holding on, fighting. That's a nice jump that puts us back up into the fight for third, closing on second. Ooh, what a big jump there on the final one. Pushing up, but Town Hall is going to push on. Two Hills Folly just going to edge us out of it, and Town Hall and Two Hills just behind Simiola. Very solid. Pulling hard, soon led. Led again, weakened, open. Didn't appear to stay this trip, struggling with class. Yeah, I thought so. Like, we were 8 furlongs from home, and I was like, this is where we'll start to die. And we didn't, but we didn't have any push in the last 2.5 to 3. So I think it's going to be like someone with a 2-2, 2-3. That's what I'd kind of think that Wilder would go for. Well, it's good. It gives us an option. It gives us a little bit of hope that that's where we can run. And if this is about 2-2, let's say, I could see that. I could see that. And that means this might be a 2-2, which, will it do good on a 2-mile course? A Kelso? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Why are we asking these questions? I don't know. Yeah, that's a horse that's won a ton. All on the flat. We don't know. We don't know. 2 miles, class 7, flat, 4 years and above. And we're off. Running quite well. Yeah. I don't know which way around I like the camera, to be honest. I think it's going to change every time we run for each race until I figure out what I like. As it were, surging out quite well at the moment, ahead of Coach and 4. And then Dumbarton and Space Time in with Policia just in there with Waston. And then a bit back is Mr. Plod, Tashali, Jabal, Tariq, and Punctual at the rear. We're under a mile from home now, and we're just starting to kick on a little bit, pushing Coach and 4 back as Waston comes up into contention now, with Policia starting to try and close that gap. Half a mile. We are rounding the turn. We are pushing now. Here comes Policia a little bit. But who has the run? Who has the kick? Who has the form? Who has the quality inside the final furlong, down to half a furlong, downhill now on the home stretch? Pleaser and Waston still about 4 to 5 lengths back. Can't get up. They're going to battle for it. Waston takes it a decent distance back. In fourth is to Charlie. We have a first rate win. And would you believe it is on the flat? Of course you would, right? Of course you would. Final Salute wins on the flat, 40 to 1. Uh, yeah. That was kind of expected. Yeah. 2 miles. Okay. Pretty decent all in all. Not gonna lie. Pretty decent. So we got our first winner. 6 races in, we got our first winner. Well, I kind of expected better from, but the distance was too much. A Final Salute. So yeah, I can kind of see where we're at. I just like that stamina bar terrifies me. Because I'm used to not being 6 furlongs. To go 2 mile on that kind of bar, I don't know. Like, is anything from like 55% and below 2 mile? Like, where are these steps? Just, I'm so inexperienced that I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, there's no way that's 4 furlongs. Like, no way that's 4 furlongs. We've run handicaps. Mix of chase and hurdle. A lot of class 2 races. Kind of just want to see what they do, maybe as a integrated race here. The Ascot Chase. Couple of nice horses, okay. Like, I'm sure we get blown away in this one, right? It's not even ready. Could run a 3 or a 2. I kind of want to run a grade 1. They're just not available. Oh, want to go to France? Not really. Not really. Will I do it for testing purposes? Sure. Why not? Um, This is just a novice. Yes, it's a novice chase. 2 mile. I don't feel this is quite right. I just don't know where the race is going to come from. So we're just going to watch and we're going to see what happens. I think we're going to go right to left. The nice grey in this. It's a good first jump. We go right towards the front with Green Tornado. Crimson Monarch in behind with the chasing pack. And it looks like Titch Strider just dropping off the screen there with Neil Yaws and Hanoverian Bachta at the rear. Queen of Warsaw up to Word of Mouth. Africa and Asith, Crimson Monarch, and Payment Definite are the chasers. We are here. There comes Payment Definite. We are not jumping amazing. We're doing okay. Almost down to fourth. We're getting caught on the runs, and we're doing okay on the jumps. 11 of 13 coming up where we're onto that bend. definitely don't seem to have the pace for this. And then we're going to have to zoom out all the way to keep on screen. And even then, it was still in danger of going off the screen. Okay. Now that felt like it was too far. That did feel like it was too far. Wouldn't settle at all. Trip was too far. Okay. Whew. That's what we expected, right? But, like, we don't have races for you. Come on, Cindy. Get out the way. Um, yeah. Oh, and I should have checked in between. Okay, well, we got time to breathe. That's fine. I'm interested in this one because I think a lot of things are right. It's a grade 3 hurdle. 8 years of age. We should be kind of in our prime. 2 mile 1, I think fits. Maybe we want a more distance. But I'm interested to see how we do in this one. It's the Pre-June hurdle, grade 3. Well, it was nice to have us on screen for a moment there, wasn't it? And we're back. And we're gone. It's a long race. There's plenty of time to come back. There is plenty of time to come back. Zoom out a bit so we can see the jumps. We're not going to see our horse at all. Let's just keep us towards the back of the picture and just see where we are. And do we have anything about us? I kind of want to see us getting back into the running here a little bit. Maybe making a bit of a late run. Gonna have to push the camera even further back and then even further back and then even further back. And then we just fall back and fall back and fall back and fall back and fall back. The horse has fallen. Couple of them out of the race. Look how far back we gotta go to like be in the frame. Is that just France? Or is that just us? Horse will be suited with further, okay. Again, that's what I'm starting to figure out this distances. I thought it would. So it likes running at around 3. So this could be 2, and this could be 3. That small difference could be huge. So like 2.5 to 3, I think then we find something. 2.6 seems like a very nice compromise, doesn't it? A France for the pre-trot down chase, or for the pre-Murat chase. 12th of March. I'm not sure you'll be really up for that. Let's go to April. Humble, there's just not races for. Final Salute. think a 2. We can run another flat race because it's a young horse. We can also now look at the hurdles, right? We could look at a hurdle race. Maybe not handicapped grade 3. Selling race. These are all going to be chases. I wish it had hurdles in here. I really do. There's no novice. There's no juveniles. Those are the flats. And then features. There just don't seem to be that many hurdles. So I guess flat. Guess flat. Let's go to Ireland. Let's go to Leopardstown. Tim, excellent flat race. Let's just throw it out and see. And then this was probably more 2-4, somewhere around there. 2-2 to 2-4. Probably would like to run a maiden. Huh. I don't know. Two maiden hurdle. That might suit. It might. Possibly doesn't. Yearlings. Again, we just buy out and see if we find something, because it's going to be better than we're breeding. I think we're going to be breeding like 50-60% potentials, because that's kind of what we got in the breeding barn. So unless there's a really good game bred to work from, and I don't really think there is right now, then we're not going to get much better out of breeding. So if I can find a couple of decent guys at auctions, that's great, because I think we've like assembled our current runners out to the auction and got like decent horses. So get a few young ones in. Means we've got runners now. We've got runners in a year or two. When these are coming off at the end of their careers, then we got these guys to replace them. And that gives us like 4 or 5 years to really get a breeding program in to where we can go ahead and breed our own. So I think that's important, is getting the gap bridged to the point where we've always got someone that can run some races. Now, whether they can run good races or not is a big question. Whether or not I'm going to book them right is an even bigger question. Yeah, see, Not even that bad for what we've got right now. Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that. Doro. No, thank you. Catch this. Gallery, not gonna make it. Punch doesn't look good. And the Gala, my, is a yearling. It's a yearling. Okay. Okay. It's a solid horse. Now, if we're just looking at it from a flat point of view, to be bought out of a yearling auction a few months in to a game, it's got decent bars here. That's fine. And you look here, full finish, full consistency, a load of extra speed, 60% ability, 75 potential. Like, that's pretty decent. Low confidence, low enthusiasm, low cruising burst. Breeding indicator of a male. But on my other save, where we've already had an American Triple Crown winner and Krabby's down, if this was a horse I got over a breeding program or an auction, I'd be very happy with that. And we're getting it year one, like 3 months in, on this combined British jumps and flat. Like, that's nuts. We're going to save. And then we're going to throw it on the transfer list so it joins all of these. My first British horse to make this list. Then we're going to save and quit. And then we're going to restore the backup of this game and reload it to take us before the exit save to what I saved just before we made the transfer. And now we'll still have Rachel Gala in the game, but they also are on our transfer list. We did everything right. That is good. We can continue on. Because boy, oh boy, I'm going to import that into a save and just kind of compare it, see what it kind of looks in terms of the others that we have. I mean, I feel I've got to. Let me go ahead and do this. Beautiful. Have some floating screenshots. And I'm going to dip out. I'm going to look into the other save. I'm going to compare it to a 1-year-old we've got. And, yeah, I kind of want to see. So this is extra climate. It comes from Eve's Era, an Ancient Secret. doesn't look that much different. Say low confidence, low cruising burst, but more extra speed, a touch less potential. Everything else is really, really similar. And then these bars, it's got better start. That's it. It's got better start. And what's it, season 9? I think season 9. We got some like superb horses in this. Very similar. So more potential again. Less confidence and cruising burst again. More extra speed again. And the rest very similar, except this one's got more distance, a little bit more enthusiasm. But like there's not a ton of difference in a lot of these bars. Slightly better there. More constitution. Lower confidence, lower cruising burst. A little bit more extra speed though. And enthusiasm. Like it just fits. And we got a really nice horse there. It just fits with. And it's not a million miles away from that either. Loses a bit of potential, gains the extra speed, and then the rest is very, very similar. It's probably the third best I've seen out of this entire lot so far. Again, I wouldn't like to pick one. I'd probably pick Menashki Large, but like the margin is very, very fine. It's very fine. I don't know. Sort of like all these 6 and this one. I think I'd have this one like middle of the pack, really. Third or fourth in that list, which is kind of nuts, not gonna lie. It's kind of nuts. I think we just hit real gold with Rachel Gala. Like people are telling me to do this to see the stats. Like it doesn't work outside of league anymore. You know, used to be able to do that to see the game breads stats. Doesn't work that way anymore, sadly. But I think we got a good one. A Magdalene isn't great, but it's better than we've kind of seen. And you consider that we're breeding from horses like these that don't look phenomenal. I think buying the right yearling is 100% going to escalate our stock and just completely kickstart our breeding program. I'm so, so, so surprised that we managed to get a yearling like that. But that's why early in the game, it's sometimes worth it. Just go and buy out a yearling auction. Go and buy a 2-year-old auction. Go buy a breeding auction. And just see what you get. Because, dang, that was worth everything. I've spent like 20 million on horses and facilities so far in this game. If you got the money to do it, just go buy auctions and get a horse like that, which will win races, will get you some prize money. But accelerating that breeding program is priceless. It really is. Talking about priceless, Waller's up again. 2 mile, 2 furlong, ISF Farms EBF Maiden Hurdle, Class 2, Maiden for 4-year-olds and above. I'm not sure. Do I want to run this way? Yeah, I want to run this way. I'm really not sure. Zoom out a bit to see the jumps. There we go. This is probably a good way for doing it. We're going to sit at the back. This short pack here in Ireland. I think we're the only foreign horse. I think all the rest are Irish. We've kind of just skipped across the pond just to have a little run out. Towards the back, but not detached. Jumping okay. I don't actually think we've had a fall yet. Which, like, falls and injuries do occur a lot. We're in touch. We're gaining a little bit here. Kind of at the halfway point. 6 furlongs to go. The pack is still pretty close together. 2 of us at the rear, 4 of us, 4 at the front. And we're making a real charge. Oh my God. Juana's got some boots on them. Oh my God. Have we gone too early? Are we going to jump okay? Is there going to be anyone coming up from deep? Here we go. Briella after, yeah. So this is kind of what I thought would happen, is there'd be other horses up there with us. But we're still surging ahead. We're still fighting another Spectre and ourselves, just really trying to go. That's another solid run. It's not like an amazing run. Don't get me wrong. But I think that's a very solid run. Remember, we're only like 2 months in, and I know nothing about the stamina bar, the distances, the types of race, whether or not you can go abroad, whether Ireland technically counts as abroad. Yeah. I'm still figuring nearly everything out. And we've won a flat. And Wallace come close twice. Despite being a good but not great looking horse. Although this technically was, this is the start of his racing career at 4, then this would equate to a 2-year-old in my other save, the American Flat. And so 70 ability, 83 extra speed. We're missing the full finish application. But I'd be very happy with a 2-year-old that had these bars with a full finish application. And so maybe Waller's a good horse. Like Plumbo could be a good horse if we found races short enough for it. And then we got Final Salute and Hilbert Chart, who don't look quite as good. Might be good, don't look quite as good. I probably shouldn't go to this one, but again, there aren't going to be many races I can run right now at the right distance or the right class and everything else. So this is a very average horse going back over Ireland. The Tim Excellence Flat Race. Is that TRM, not Tim? TRM Excellence Flat Race. Yeah, I don't No. I think there's another foreign horse in here, but I think there's another British horse in with us. We're towards the rear of the pack here. A couple of greys, 3 black, and 3 brown horses. Nice little mix. Intransient Editor goes out to the front. We're now going to just be in front of this chasing pack. Dollar Gonzalez with us as Dutable, Plenty, and Torsby. Food just drop off a little. Matsuniki Legal, Moisley Caitlin, and Venetian Gonk towards the rear of the field. We're now in clear second place. Dubitable, Plenty, and Dollar Gonzalez are there just behind us. Torsi Food has retired from the race. They've pulled up. And Intransient Editor now with 6 furlongs to go is still clear as we come up to the turn. Dollar is coming hard and fast. Here comes Matsunosuke Legal. They're going to make a challenge. I don't like going this slow, this far from home. But we're rounding the bend. We're leaving Dollar Gonzalez in the dust. For now, 3 from home. Down to 2.5. And we're clear. And it's easy. And it's simple. 3rd place in frame right now. We're distancing on 1st, on 2nd. It's clear. As we cross the line here for the 1 furlong marker on the home stretch. Scrolling out as we cross the line this far. We got to scroll this far out to see 2nd place. Gonk retires. Intransient Editor retires. But look how clear we are. And this doesn't even look like a good horse. It's 50 to 52 potential. The other bars are okay. I'd expect this to be like a 70 to an 80 potential, the way it's running and winning. Even though it's just, National Hunt flat races. I still think that's impressive. Domestic by 5. And then 23 back to 2nd place. How is that a good horse? It's very low potential. And I get that's about the worst race you can run. That's the easiest race you can run in. It's kind of like a maiden. You're allowed to run a lot of flat races. There's no jumps, there's no hurdles. It's basically for unraced horses, the first thing you run in. Like it still though, to win by that distance. Impressive. Good jumping ability, good jumping speed. Says it's got almost everything you'd want. If you ignore that potential bar and you just look all the way down, maybe it lacks some extra speed. But like everything else is like really nice. It's got a bit of distance, got a great start to it. Maybe we're just booking that in the right races and the other ones aren't really in the right races. Maybe it is just because that is the worst level of racing you can do. And so it doesn't take a good horse to win. But like, why is that as good as It is. Don't want to buy out an auction now, but I want to take some shots at the horses that are probably going to go for a mill to 1.4. That's baby. So, yeah, we just highlighted every horse with like 6 to 700,000 or above in an auction. They're all going to go for like 1.3 plus. I'm sure of that. I'm sure of that. And we just, again, we get to see. Lord Cravings, we got Beachdale Lola. Just going to power up to the point I think everyone else is going to tap out. That was supposed to be the expensive one. And then we got 3 here at 700,000 each. We're going to go up north of 135 on all of them. And wait for everyone else to drop out. And this just gives us, like I say, more shots. We kind of have a solid chance of picking up a decent horse. That probably ain't it. That definitely ain't it. That's not bad. It's not good. It's not bad, though. Didn't love that one. That's not bad. Put it out to grass. Wild cards. Potential. Nothing else but potential. We didn't get that one, which is fine. So yeah, we're kind of doing okay, right? We got 2 yearlings. We got 10 breeding mares. We're going to put them all with Stop the Show and see kind of what they're able to do. That's 4 down, 6 to go. There are 10 2-year-olds and well, 9 2-year-olds and a 3-year-old out in the field to come back for next season. We got a 4-year-old that's running okay that looks good. A 5-year-old that doesn't look like they got potential but is winning on the flat at least. Another 5-year-old who looks like really good potential, and I just don't know how we're going to book him in races that are that low. And then an 8-year-old that looks okay but not great that we're going to test in this upcoming race. So, yeah. Big question marks. Big question marks. I just don't think there's going to be anything below 2. And I can't run flat. Novice handicap would be like so far above anyone else. Then there's the maiden, which again, I just think we get killed on. I just don't know what there is for Plumbo. I just don't. So, Falselute's running well on the flat. That's not what we're here for, but hey. Wilder's running okay in a maiden and a maiden hurdle. Don't mind that, year one. That's solid. Hilbert Chart doesn't look great. The future looks okay. I think we got pieces in here. We got the breeding going. We've got, the 2-year-olds and the 3-year-old in the field ready to go for the future and over the next couple of years. And we've got some knowledge from the forums to kind of bare bones ourselves a little idea of this pathway. We run flat, then we hit a maiden hurdle. We run hurdles, we run the chase, then we go to graded hurdles, then we go to the graded chase. And that's kind of our pathway to success. We kind of can map that out and look at it. We can start getting horses with some good potential and some good stats now. And I think at auction we've definitely done okay. Like say 40,000 for Hilbert Chart. And I think that's a lot of horses for that money, to be perfectly honest with you. And if we get a couple of good races, we're going to earn that money back quite quickly. So I think that's a really solid purchase. While we started with, and just looks to be our best horse by far right now. Final Salute, we started with and doesn't look great, but isn't bad for a season 1 horse. And then Pumbu, 110 grand, excitable, very short order, but looks fantastic. Low confidence, low enthusiasm's dangerous, though, to be honest. That is dangerous, especially with excitable as well, in my opinion. But great bars here. And everything else on this screen looks fantastic. It's only 5. It's still got time to mature. I just need to find a race for it. But it's not bad. I think season 1 could have gone a lot worse. We spent a lot of money in the auctions. Most of it's gone to waste. I know that. But like 150, and then these are going to be like 1.4 each. Pretty much. That's 450. That's 400, sorry. So that's 550. So 950. 2.7. So 2.7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.7. 10.9. 12.1. Like 12.5 million, I would say, of horses we've kept. 12.5 million for the 2 and 3-year-olds, and the 2 that we've bought here, plus whatever's in the breeding barn. Because, yeah, 12.5, 14, 16.5, 17 million, roundabout. So yeah, 17 million, and then we're going to breed with all 10 of these, which is another 1.5 million. It's not as bad as it could be. It's not as bad as it could be. I think to have 10 breeding mares that are okay, not great, but they're okay, plus have all these for the future all ready to go, and have these four racing now with some semblance of success, and have the full setup. 25 million, that's pretty decent to start with. That is pretty decent to start with. It does, however, mean that we've probably wasted another 25 million. But if we're hitting, because our standards are so low, I guess, but we're hitting at a 50% rate, that ain't too shabby. That ain't too shabby. So let me know what you think. Comment sections down below. Again, more tips, tricks, feedback. Please do let me know. I am new to jumps. I am figuring it out as we go. But as I say, I think we're at least set up for season 1, season 2. And now it's just figuring out details and learning a little bit more about who to race, where to race, and then how to race. I think that comes a little bit more into it, especially with the jockey instructions over the jumps. But yeah, I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on this so far. But I'm fairly happy. I thought it might be a bit more of a struggle early on, and I might do a little bit worse than I have done so far. So yeah, I'll take it. I will 100% take it. So yeah, comments down in the section below. As always, thank you very much for stopping by. Like the video if you have enjoyed. Smash that subscribe button as well. That also helps me out in the algorithm. And yeah, we'll see you back here soon for more jumps racing as we figure this out together. And I try not to make an idiot of myself. Maybe a bit late for that, but hey, we'll keep trying. I'll see you then.